Hello everyone, and welcome to the third video of Tech and Stuff. Chances are you haven't seen my channel before and have no idea who I am. So I covered that in my first video, but I'm a 19-year-old working in tech in the UK, documenting my journey towards financial freedom, staying relevant in the job market and topics around that. The focus of this video, however, is how I've managed to invest £3,500 in the span of 6 months. Before anything else, I just want to mention this is not financial advice. This is simply what a 19-year-old is doing with his money. So first things first, what actually is investing? Well, at its core, investing is buying a small piece of something. This could be a company, a fund, a market, and betting that over time it becomes worth more than you paid for it. When it goes up, your money goes up, and when it goes down, your money goes down. It's as simple as that. So if I buy £100 worth of Apple stocks today and Apple's value rises, my £100 could become £150 without me adding in any extra money. Before going any further though, I want to be clear and upfront about this. You can lose money investing, and that's a real possibility, especially in the short term. The market goes down as well as up, and no outcome is guaranteed. That's why everything I talk about in this video is long-term thinking, not just a quick win. The question then becomes, how do you invest without having to predict any of the market trends, market going up, market going down, and all these things? And that's where index funds come in. Instead of buying shares in a single company and hoping you pick the right one, an index fund spreads your money across thousands of companies all at once. Some will go down, some will go up, but historically the market as a whole trends upwards over time. So you're not gambling on one outcome, you're betting on a whole thing. But why should you invest? I get that there's a chance of me getting a return. Why don't I just save money and get some interest in that, or something like that? And well, I can only speak from my perspective, but one of the main reasons I invest is beating inflation. So inflation is essentially the rate at which the price of things goes up over time, and we all know prices of things are constantly going up. Like right now, inflation in both the UK and the US sit at about 3%. So that means if your money is just sitting in a standard bank account, earning little to no interest, is slowly losing value over time. So your £100 today buys less next year than it does right now. Investing helps beat this. So historically, a global index fund returns about 7 to 10% yearly. So even after inflation eats into that, you're still comfortably ahead. The second reason that I choose to invest is compound interest, and this is the most powerful argument, especially for people starting young. So a brief example of how this works: you invest £100 and that grows to £107 in the course of 1 year. Next year you're not earning interest on that £100, you're earning interest on £107, and the following year you're earning interest on that new amount. So your returns start to earn returns on themselves, and it snowballs quietly in the background. And the reason this matters so much when you're young is time. Someone who starts investing at 19 and stops at 30 can end up with more money than someone who starts at 30 and never stops, if they both were to wait to retirement. So the earlier you start investing, you will always, majority of the time, be someone who tries to invest at the right time and buy and sell at the right time. Now, let's say you do plan on investing, but you come to the question now of how should you actually invest? How do you go about this investing thing? Now, this really heavily depends on your goal and your timeline, because investing shouldn't be seen as a get rich quick scheme. It's generally advised to stay invested for at least 5 years to see steady growth in your money, and anything less than that, it's quite volatile and unpredictable, even with index funds. So think about two things here: your time horizon, so this is how long you plan to stay invested, and your financial goal, how much do you want to have by the end of it. I'll link an investment calculator below so you can plug in your numbers and see what your outcome is. The most recommended method is called pound cost averaging, or in America this would be dollar cost averaging. So instead of investing a lump sum in all at once and hoping you picked a good day, you invest a fixed amount on a regular schedule. This could be £100 a month. So regardless of the market going up, the market going down, you constantly put in £100 a month on a fixed schedule. It's automated, it's boring, and that's exactly the point. It removes that emotional aspect of things, so no constant wondering if you should buy now or buy later, or wait, or sell now or sell later. Now, before going into any specifics on what I personally invest in, there's something that's really worth understanding, and that is a stocks and shares ISA. So a stocks and shares ISA is essentially a wrapper. Think of it as like a protective shell around your investments. Any gains you make inside of that are completely tax-free. So the government allows you to put up to 20,000 into an ISA per tax year. So that's 20,000 you can invest, and any returns on that and the money itself is completely tax-free. Now onto the question of what do I personally invest in. And this, I keep it very simple, one fund, and this is the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund by Vanguard. Two things worth knowing about it. First, it currently holds over 10,000 companies across both developed and emerging markets worldwide. This essentially means these are markets or companies that are well developed, and companies or markets that are growing and developing, and it holds over 10,000 of these across the world. So your money is spread out literally as wide as it can possibly be. The second is something called an ongoing charge. Now this is a yearly fee of 0.23%, which is taken out of your investments for maintenance reasons mainly. So if for every £1,000 you invested in, you will be paying £2.30 a year, and that's pretty much it. I will link the fund down and Vanguard platform below for anyone who wants to have a look at that. And now the final question. So how did I actually manage to invest £3,500 in the space of 6 months? And the answer is literally everything I mentioned in this video. I set a fixed amount to invest every month and treated it like a bill. It wasn't optional, it wasn't something I'd do when I had money left over. It was as soon as I got the paycheck, it was automated, no emotional attachment, just done in the background. On top of that, I was quite deliberate about the way I spend money, which I can cover in another video, talking about how I spend and how I budget for things. So over the 6 months, it was simply consistency and discipline. There was no secret trick, there was no glitch in the system, there was no hack that I did. It was simply just those two things. And this is truly something I believe everyone can achieve. Not necessarily the same amount of money, not necessarily in the same amount of time, but I believe everyone can show a level of discipline and automating their investments. So that is literally everything. And just for proof of what I'm saying, I will put up on the screen right now a screenshot from my Vanguard investment portfolio. So as you can see, currently would say something about 3,700 or so. So in terms of how much I've actually put in, it's about 3,500, and the rest is just my gains going up and down, whether I'm at a gain or a loss. So it does fluctuate around the number. Generally it has been staying above 3,500, but it has been fluctuating between 3,700, slightly more, slightly less. Now if anyone has been investing, I'll genuinely be curious to know what fund you're choosing, what approach you're using. If you can mention that in the comments, that would be nice. If you're around my age as well, that would definitely be interesting to know what people my age group are doing as well. If there's a specific topic you want me to cover as well, maybe more personal finance stuff, I should probably cover something more to do on the tech side, what I'm doing from that side. I think I haven't covered that in any of my latest videos. Let me know as well. And thank you everyone for listening, and hope to see you guys in the next one.